Hello, friends. I was 21 years old. I was a second-year college student. It was summer in California. Our college gave us a break. That day, I cleaned the whole house. I felt so tired after. My body was stiff and sore. I lay on my bed to rest. I tried to relax. I rubbed my head with my hands. My brother Ethan heard me sigh. He came into my closed room. "What's wrong, sis?" he asked. "Are you okay?" I said, "Ethan, Mom dumps all the work on me. Since the summer break started, I'm stuck with everything. Even the maid is on vacation. I can't handle all these chores." He sat next to me. He said, "My dear sister, don't worry. I'll get you some milk. Drink it, and you'll feel better." I smiled at him. I said, "Just get some food from outside. I need to sleep for a bit." He left and came back with milk. I felt so much love for him. Not many brothers care this much. I blessed him in my heart. I drank the milk he brought. I put the glass aside. I lay down again. Ethan said, "Let me rub your head. You sleep now." He sat by my pillow. He started massaging my head. It felt so good. The pain started to fade. I closed my eyes. I fell into a deep sleep. I didn't know I slept for hours. Mom's voice woke me up. I opened my eyes in a panic. My head felt heavy. I checked the clock. It was 9 o'clock at night. I was shocked. Dad was already home from work. Maybe I was too tired to notice time. I got up and took 2 steps. I felt dizzy. Darkness filled my eyes. I held the wall to not fall. I freshened up and went out. Everyone was at the dinner table. They were waiting for me. I sat down slowly on a chair. Ethan looked at me. He put food on my plate. He said to Mom, "Mom, give Anna less work. If she's not here, hire someone else. She works all day and gets so tired. Look, her face is pale now." I really felt awful. I was so exhausted. Mom and Dad both had jobs. Dad's salary wasn't enough for the house. Plus, our school fees were high. So Mom worked at the same store as Dad. Ethan and I went to college. But now it was summer break. We had to stay home. I noticed something lately. Since the break started, Ethan was closer to me. He took such good care of me. If I did chores, he'd help. If I got tired, he'd rub my head. I'd tell him no, but he'd say, "You're tired from work. I have the right to help you relax." I'd lie there quietly. But one night, something scared me. I was sleeping in my room. In the middle of the night, I felt something. It was like someone came in. They walked slowly to my bed. I was asleep, but my mind was awake. I opened my eyes fast. The room was dark. I looked around. No one was there, but the door was slightly open. I always lock it before sleeping. How could it open by itself? I got up with sleepy eyes. I locked the door again. I went back to bed. As soon as I closed my eyes, I heard it. A soft sound, like someone sat on my bed. It felt like a hand reached toward me. I turned to look. No one was there. I started to panic. I turned on the light. I opened the door and looked outside. No one was there either. This never happened before, but now it did. I felt thirsty. I opened my door and stepped out. Ethan came out of his room too. He saw me and asked, "What's wrong?" "Why are you awake?" I said. "Nothing. I felt like someone was in my room. I'm just getting water." I went back after drinking. Ethan followed me. He said, "Don't be scared. If you're afraid, I'll sleep here." I said, "No, don't ruin your sleep. Go to your room." But he insisted. He said, "I can't leave you alone. You might feel worse. I don't want you in pain. Sleep. I'll stay here." I lay on the bed. He took a pillow. He slept on the couch in my room. That night, I felt something again. Like someone sat by me, watching. It felt like they touched my hair. They ran fingers on my face. I slept peacefully. It felt like a dream. The next morning, I woke up. My mood was strange. I looked at Ethan. I was shocked. Thankfully, I was covered with a blanket, but my shirt was all messed up. I'd never slept so carelessly before. Today, I felt oddly happy. I didn't know why. I asked Ethan, "Why are you so happy?" He said, "I'm always happy. With a sister like you, who wouldn't be?" After chores, I sat down. Ethan came with oil. He said, "Anna, let me massage your hair." I said, "No, that's not your job. Go hang out with friends." He didn't listen. He took my hair clip off. He said, "Don't argue. Lucky people get brothers like me. When I want to massage your pretty hair, why stop me? Come, I'll make you feel good." He took me to my room. I lay on the bed with a pillow. My hair hung. My hair hung off the side. He sat by me and massaged my hair. Ethan was 4 years younger, but he called me by my name. He said, "You're so sweet. I want you to keep smiling. I'll always pamper you." His hands worked like magic. I loved the feeling. The oil smelled amazing. I asked, "What oil is this?" He said, "It's special, made for your beautiful hair." His words were so nice. I didn't know what to think. During the massage, I fell asleep. A while later, I woke up. My whole body hurt. It felt like something heavy was on my legs. Pain spread everywhere. I sat up slowly. I looked around. Ethan was wet, like he'd showered. My clothes were damp too. The fan was off. It was hot. What was happening? I got up with difficulty. I felt dizzy. Walking was hard. I didn't understand my state. I went to the bathroom. I freshened up. I looked at myself. It felt like I'd worked, not slept. I stepped out of my room. I heard whispering, like someone was talking. Only Ethan and I were home. Who was he with? I went to the kitchen for water. The whispering stopped. I stood by the kitchen door. Ethan came out of the living room. He had a bunch of money in his hands. He smiled at it. I frowned. Then he saw me. "Anna, you're up," he said. I walked closer. He quickly stuffed the money in his pocket. I grabbed his hand. I pulled the money out. "Where did you get this?" I asked. He looked down. "Please don't tell Dad," he said. I was stunned. "Why hide it from Dad?" I asked sternly. "Tell me." He hesitated. He said, "Dad's friend paid back an old loan. I wanted to buy a phone with it. He gave me the money." I said, "Good. You did the right thing. Look at our house's condition. Mom and Dad work so hard. And you think of a phone?" He felt ashamed. That night, he gave the money to Dad. He didn't talk to me. He went to bed early. The next day, I was in the kitchen. Ethan came home with friends. I was so surprised. He brought them straight to the living room. I was washing dishes without a scarf. They walked in laughing. I quickly covered myself. I said to Ethan, "What's this? You know Mom and Dad aren't here. Why bring them in?" He said, "It's my house. If you don't care about me, why should I care? Make food for my special friends." He was so mad at me. What could I do? I had to cook. I made food for his friends. He said, "You'll serve it too." His attitude shocked me. How could he change over something small? I set the food on the table. I noticed his friends staring at me. They were older than him. They looked at me strangely, like they'd eat me alive. I locked myself in my room. When they left, I yelled at Ethan. "Never bring your friends here again," I said. He grabbed my face the next moment. He said, "Why so angry? They won't come back. But don't tell Mom and Dad." What kind of boy was he? 1 minute loving, the next annoyed. I nodded and went to my room. Ethan's actions felt odd. He started looking at me weirdly. That day, I went to rest. I fell asleep. Suddenly, I felt hands on my feet. I opened my eyes fast. Ethan was massaging my feet. They were in his lap. I told him to stop. He said, "Let me do this. I'm the only one who cares about you. Mom and Dad are too busy." I was tired. I closed my eyes. His massage put me to sleep. When I woke up, I was stunned. My head was spinning. The bedsheet was a mess. A shirt and men's cologne were on the bed. Whose were they? I couldn't speak. My head hurt so bad. I fell back on the bed. It felt like I'd been drugged. I heard whispering nearby. But who was it? I only heard Ethan's voice. Like he was in my room, waking me. A while later, I woke up. Everything spun in my eyes. I looked at the bed. The shirt and cologne were gone. My state was strange again. I'm not a kid. I could understand something. Only Ethan and I were home. What happened while I slept? Why was my body wet? Like someone bathed me. My body ached all over. My face was pale. Day by day, Ethan got closer. I made excuses to stay in my room. Strange thoughts filled my mind. I felt sick. Mom noticed my condition. She got worried. She said, "Tomorrow I'll take a day off. I'll take you to the doctor." That night, I kept waking up. I couldn't sleep well. The next day, Mom and Dad went to work. They didn't care enough. I went to the doctor alone. An ultrasound showed I was pregnant. Who could do this to me? Ethan was my brother. But then I thought deeper. I saw him as my real brother. The truth wasn't hidden. He was my stepbrother. From Mom's second marriage. I was from her first. This made me think wrong things. How could I tell my parents? Ethan would sit close to me. He'd hold my hand or pinch my cheek. One day, I went to the hospital. Before an abortion, I asked the doctor, "Test the baby's DNA." The report came. I stopped breathing. It wasn't what I thought. The baby wasn't Ethan's. But whose was it? I set up a camera in my room. One day, Mom and Dad were out. Ethan came to me. He massaged my head again. I tried not to sleep, but the oil had something in it. I smelled it and passed out. An hour later, I woke up. Mom and Dad were home. I checked the camera recording. The ground slipped from under me. Ethan brought his rough friends to my room. They hurt me while I slept. After, they paid Ethan and left. I broke inside. I ran out of my room. I grabbed Ethan's collar. I slapped him over and over. Mom and Dad came running. Dad grabbed my hands. "What's wrong with you?" he yelled. "Why are you hitting him?" I cried and showed the video. "This awful person did this to me," I said. Mom fell to the floor. Dad couldn't believe it. He grabbed Ethan. He hit him hard. Blood ran from Ethan's nose and mouth. Ethan shouted in anger. "I never saw her as my sister," he said. "I needed money. People paid big for her. I had to meet my needs." I covered my ears and sobbed. Dad beat him until he bled. Somehow, Ethan broke free. He ran out of the house. He never came back. The baby in me was wrong. I had it removed. But what Ethan did was so evil. I'll never forget it till I die. A brother should be real family, not some stranger you trust. Leaving a young girl with an unknown man is foolish. Evil men wait to ruin a girl's honor. To all watching and listening, I beg you, keep your daughters safe. Never leave them alone with strangers. Whose fault was this? My parents, for chasing money and ignoring us? Or mine, for trusting my stepbrother too much? I thought he was my real brother. So, friends, protect yourself and your family. The end.